I remember when I first started taking an interest in photography, I'd go on social media and look up other photographers that I can follow and take inspiration from. While there was no shortage of photographers out there, I've always felt like I couldn't do what they do. Of course, mostly it was due to skill, however, partly I felt like all of these professional photographers are traveling all around the world to all of these amazing locations, and they will get more cool photos in a month than I would do in a whole year. Now, I'm not a jealous person, but I remember thinking, wow, if I only had those opportunities to travel like that, then I would get all of these amazing photos as well. Because at the time, my life looked like everyone else's. I lived just outside a major city, had a 9-to-5 job, limited holidays, and definitely not very much disposable income that I could spend on travel. None of my friends were into photography. I didn't really have a presence or a community of my own on social media, and the only way I felt that I could somehow be involved within the community is by watching other photographers on YouTube. Eventually I realized that I wasn't doing anything that productive, and I would have to just start shooting the life that I was living at the time. So I grabbed my camera, jumped on the train, and went for a walk around London. Of course, I came back with some truly horrific photos, but I've also come back with a promise to myself, and that was to only shoot my real life and not worry about everyone else. If that real life involves a ton of travel and exciting opportunities, so be it. If it involves a very quiet, peaceful life in the countryside, that's fine too. I also promised to never look at others and wish that I had their travel schedule or their lifestyle. Instead, I will document my life, how I live it, and whatever's meant to happen will happen. Over the years, my camera has been to friends' weddings, nights out, work trips, family trips, hikes, exotic locations far away, not so exotic locations, not that far away, and everything in between. If you go back from my Instagram to the very first post and then scroll through to the present day, all you will get is a visual diary of my life. If you've started following me over the last year, you've probably thought that I've always lived this travel-heavy, nomadic life. However, in reality, this is simply the current chapter, and who knows what the next chapter is going to be. Right now, I'm 32. However, when I'm 42, I could be a family man, or I could be living on a tropical island, selling coconuts, hiking, riding bikes, and surfing. Either way, my camera will always be by my side, documenting everything that happens. Unless, of course, AI takes over and just destroys everything, but let's hope not. So grab your camera and document the life that you're living right now, because you never know where it's going to take you. Okay, 2 quick points. First of all, apologies for my voice. I've come down with a pretty crappy fever, so my first week in Paris has so far been sat in my apartment and just looking out at the very sunny, beautiful city. Second point is that last month, myself and a few other photographers held an exhibition over at the Margate school in Margate in Kent. The exhibition was there to help promote the school as well as try and raise some money to stop closure, basically, because the government has pulled funding for that art school. Overall, it was an immense success. It was so great to see so many of you who have come through from all over the UK to say hello. I've spoken to quite a few of you, and it was an absolute pleasure. Obviously, if I didn't get a chance to speak to everyone, my apologies. But yeah, that was a fantastic week or 2 weeks in Margate. Overall, very positive. And before I go, I want to leave you with a few photos and a little POV, if you like, of my 2 weeks in Margate. Okay, that's all for now. Till next one. Bye. If you like how these photos are edited, then I would like to take a moment to plug my Lightroom and Capture One presets. The overall style can be described as minimal, hazy and filmic, with a stronger emphasis on the warmer tones. In total you get 10 presets that you can use as a starting point for your editing, or if you want to better understand how some of my edits have started out. In total there are 4 different versions of the presets included. The first is optimized for Fujifilm RAW files, the second is for all the other RAW files, the third is for Apple ProRAW, and finally there's a copy of the presets optimized for JPEG files. This is by far the most direct way you can support me and keep this channel going, so thank you so much for watching and supporting.